Hello guys, hello and welcome to some Crusader Kings 2 with a Game of Thrones mod. This is going to be my latest, longer series. I'm going to be starting as a very small house and I'm going to be building it into prominence. Now, the start I'm going to choose is the Greyjoy Rebellion because it's more up to date with characters I know and love. And yes, overall it's just a nice place, but it's somewhere that's not played as much. Like the Clash of Kings is obviously the go-to scenario, or the Crown Stag. Greyjoy Rebellion's in between it, so the characters are a bit older, a few more people are born, stuff like that. But yes, I'm going to be playing it as Lord Massey of Massey's Hook. And I'm not going to be doing it in Iron Man mode because since this latest version, there's been issues for me where, for example, alliances, I have to reload the save. It only takes about half a minute. But it's not something I'll be able to do in Iron Man mode, so I have to do it without. Now I'm playing with various submods. I'm playing with the More Decision submod, the Challenge to Duel submod, Dynastic Stability submod, Realistic Battle submod, and a new one I'm trying out is Flame Queen's Building submod. I'm not sure exactly what everything inside it is. But, oh bugger. Appears we have a dodgy start, and Robert has claimed all of this land. So give me a second, I'll just resign out again. I don't really want to redo my whole minute's worth of an intro, but yes, as you can see, there are various issues with this, which just means I have to do little reloads, such as that. So reload in here. There we go. Now this version is it's clocked in, so yeah, sorry about that little half-minute delay of having to go around this, but yes, the Greyjoy Rebellion. So yeah, it's just every so often it loads in without having all of the Lords in the Stormlands. I don't know why, but it happens. But yes, we are playing as House Massey in the Lords of Stonedance. Stonedance is the castle which is featured in the thumbnail imagery. And yes, we're over here. We're not very powerful at all. We are High Lord, however. But we only have one vassal, and that is Wendwater. Wendwater himself has a castle about the same size as ours. We can get a few more men inside us if we did so wish. So let's have a look at our council. As you can see, this is utter garbage. What on earth? So I'll be needing a new Master at Arms. Luckily, I have a relative. My nephew, Sir Justin Massey, is a very good character, but he's over in the court of Lord Stannis Baratheon. Luckily, however, he will come over and he'll join us. We've sent a raven to Sir Justin Massey telling us of our uselessness of House Massey. Now we need to get the family together to rebuild it. Now House Massey, they were old kings in the Petty Kings. They had a nice little kingdom over here. They are actually descendants of the First Men, just like the Starks to the north. So yeah, they are a very interesting house. One of the fewer First Men houses still about, I think. But yes, Massey of Massey's Hook. We have a family. Let me just introduce. We have Joyous Massey, our daughter. We have our heir, Sir John Massey, also useless. I have a son, Sir Jarmon, who's a little bit better. Another daughter, who's alright. And another son, who hopefully will turn out to be a lot better than that. But ourselves, we are basically useless. Our wife is also basically useless, and a lowborn, so we're not in a good position right now. But I will be looking to overturn our fortunes. Now, our neighbours are both very much more powerful than us, but we can try and grow out of there. We also have this guy arriving in our court. No, we don't. No, we don't. So, never mind that. But yes, let me introduce what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a bit of a role play and development, which means basically if you're aware of it, my old series is House Roxton, where I stayed as one castle and developed that castle into my capital and just overtook from there and grew. That's what I'm going to be doing with House Massey, so I'm not going to be taking over a bigger castle and move my capital there, because to me that's basically cheating. If you're going to change to somebody else's castle, you're basically just turning into that house. We're going to be bringing House Massey and Stonedance into prominence, which is why I've got Flame Queen's extra submod here, so I can do other buildings. Stuff like a windmill to get my income up, stuff like that. It's all very, very good. Also, like in my Roxton series, I'm going to be doing limitations on my own gameplay. I'm not going to be doing gaming methods. I'm not going to be doing matrilineal marriages, unless, of course, I have only a female heir and I need to. And even then I'll try to put a marriage to, say, a distant relative ahead of a matrilineal one. Because I like to keep my gameplay historical, so the kind of things you would expect to actually happen in the Game of Thrones universe, not just matrilineal marriage to Rickon Stark kind of thing, which happens far too often. But yes, we'll be keeping it historic. We'll also be keeping to only provinces in our own de jure High Lordship, which I'm going to include as sharp points. I believe this should all be part of ours. So I will not be having personal castles outside of these 3 areas here. And what else? Yes, I won't be landing other relatives unless within this area or through a regency, because the regency can just screw you over and give out your land. So yeah, I'll be keeping land within these areas, and I will not be landing my house elsewhere. So there's that. I'll also not be marrying into the highest tier families, for example the Baratheons, the Tyrells, the Lannisters, stuff like that, because really, would they marry a Massey? No, not at all. So there you go, this is going to be very restrictive gameplay, and we're going to be building up Stonedance. So while we're here, let's go through this. We have one child who lacks a focus. That is my granddaughter. See, my son already has his own children. His eventual heirs are all 0s at the moment. So is his daughter. His other daughter's a bit better. So we need to sort them out. She's a nothing much. So we can choose anything we want out of her. We are ourselves an authoritative, cynical man, gregarious, but whatever. We just do what we believe a daughter should do. And for now, see, I would usually choose her own current focus, but she doesn't really have one, apart from learning, really, but that doesn't really count that much. What shit is? You know what? We'll make her towards her duty. She is a daughter, or daughter to my son. She's a eventual daughter. At the moment she's a granddaughter, so we'll go for that. Also, we have Wallace Massey, my son. We'll get him educated in what he's good at, and that is currently stewardship or state intrigue. We're going to go for stewardship. Get him bits of stewardship education. So there we go, there's them out of the way. We also have to pick an ambition. Now, we have the ambition to, well, be good. We want to develop our lands. We want to be a bit rich. So we're going to go ahead and build a war chest. That war chest will be built, put into Stonedance, not an actual war, but still, it is that. Also going to take the business focus ourselves, because we have chosen to try and develop ourselves into a more powerful house, and to do that, you need money. Special titles, let me just go through these. My regent, I usually like to be my heir, so we'll go ahead and pick him. Master of the Horse, we'll choose our only vassal. Master of the Hunt, doesn't really matter who we choose from here. So maybe I'll go for people who deserve prestige, such as my son. A religious head will go for you. The cupbearer, somebody of worth, maybe my other son. Maybe this guy, my maester, keep me alive. And bodyguards, this isn't really going to be of importance. There isn't really anybody about. There are these 3 Maceys, so we'll just go ahead and pick through the Maceys we have. For now, and of course we don't have any good commanders at all. We are strapped for men. But I would like more men. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to pick up this guy, Montfort. He is a relatively good commander, and we need good men in our land. We are very strapped for men at the moment, so we need to try and pick up a few more from around the area. Oh, we also have a woman here. She's relatively good herself. Could maybe arrange a marriage for her to get her over, but no, we'll not do that. Claimant's over here, no. Claimant's over in House Blount. Another female, not really of worth. Other bordering people. Bonifer Hasty would come over and join us, would he? Well, if he's wanted to come over, we'll welcome him over. We need to expand our court. Our court is very low on men. We'll also get over a couple of the Musgood men, because why not? We need to fill our court with extra fellows. You don't have anyone, do you? Oh, you have a woman, but that'll do for now. We'll just check. Haystack Hall, now it's not there. So we'll let the clock tick on. We'll allow for all our new courtiers to come on over and join the family, so to speak. Obviously there is the war of Greyjoy Rebellion, so that's going to be happening in the background. So he wants to shift noble obligations. I don't really care about that kind of thing, do I? I'm authoritative, gregarious, cynical, yes. Arbitrary. Could not care less about justice. Yes, screw you in your laws. I don't really care about that kind of thing. So here we go. My nephew, Sir Justin Massey, has come aboard. That is very good. We'll wait for everyone to turn up first, and we'll look through marriages and the such. Ah, long live the king. Ah, yes, long live the king, sure, why not? We are his sworn vassal, but whatever. So Boniface, very good. Reach the invitation, join your court forthwith. Thank you, Lord Musgoods. And here we are. So we have a bit more of a court now. We're going to go through our positions. So the Castellan will still be this man here. So we'll get him to pacify the province, because why not? We need Justicar, or Justicar, however you say it. Sorry about that. So I'm going to make it Sir Justin Massey, our nephew. We called him over specifically for these reasons. And we want to expand our realm. So we have, of course, Stannis is 4,000 of men. You have this guy, 2,000 of men. Now we're more likely to be able to defeat him. So I'm going to send Sir Justin over to fabricate claims on the Bywater. Because the Bywater is a nice bit of land. It fits into our sort of area. So if we were to take it over, it'd be a very, very good bonus to our strength. If we had another vassal over here, just to provide a new extra few men, because we got 400 odd from this fellow over here, so we assume we'll get something similar from this castle. Also have a new Master at Arms. We'll go ahead for Sir Boniface Hasty, who will train troops. He could train the children. He is a formidable fighter himself, but I'd rather have more levy than actual fighting ability with my kids. We have a new treasurer. We'll go for Lord Musgood, and we'll get him to collect tax. We have a good spy master, but we could get... oh no, it's already a relative on it, so we'll get her to scheme over in Stonedance. Very good. We have a maester doing his thing. We have a Septon here. We'll get him to perform charity. And that'll be good. We'll also go through the bodyguards again now that we have some slightly better men, like Sir Boniface himself. And Montfort. So there we go. In fact, Montfort, are you a knight? He is a knight. Is everybody a knight? Sir, yes, they're all knights. Very good. Very good. Also, we have better commander options now, so we get Montfort. We'll get Justin. We'll get Owen. That'll do. So there we go. We'll start up from here. And yes, we will be chilling as we plan out. So now I think the first thing we want to do is we want to try and get some income. Our money is useless. So if I was to take buildings such as a windmill, but I need the forestry plantations and stuff first. So forestry plantations need economic infrastructure level 1. Castle town economic infrastructure. Right, there we go. So let's go through this first. We need to get 75 gold in order to get that. And then from there we'll develop our economic base. Now once we have a good economic base, so we are currently at a 7.7. King's Landing, for example, is at 24, so yes. We'll eventually be able to build up our own defences and our own men and our numbers from there. But I believe in a good, strong income. Now we also have marriages to go through, so I do have my son, he's already married. I have a daughter here, who, she is a spy master, so we would want her in court. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange her marriage to somebody already in the courts, and that's going to be... which of these men will be most of worth? I could get alliances of people like Montfort, but I'm going to hopefully be expanding into his region. This man here does wish to get married, so we're going to go ahead and check Alexander. And that's going to have her marriage within our court. Now her brother is the lord over here of Drake's Grave. They don't provide that many men, but I could perhaps get a non-aggression pact over here now. Maybe even a future alliance. So we're going to go ahead and go through that eventually. Also have other people within our realm, such as my other son. Now what I'm going to do is pick people that I believe are realistic marriages. So I'm only going to choose people within bordering areas. So for example, we are in here, so the bordering areas would be the Reach, the Crownlands, and the Stormlands. So I'm going to pick a match from within those areas. So if we go back here and we go back to this, we'll choose a match from within that area. Now unfortunately, as soon as the game starts ticking, everybody gets married. So I've probably already missed out on any relatively good matches. That's just unfortunate, it's part of the game. It's what happens every time, but you'll see there is plenty of Reachmen around. The Stormlander. Ooh. Now, Dornish is quite far away. I can't see that being a match. Anybody? A Mutant? No, I think a 14-year-old Bolling will be a relatively good match. Let's arrange that. Yeah, it's been negative prestige for him, but he's got a wife out of it. He should be happy. Well, that's really of worth. We have a daughter here as well, but we would want our own kin to stay in our courts, would we not? Let's just send her off to somebody, say, for example, Selwyn Tarth. Now, she isn't really that good in stats. We send her off to Selwyn. That'd be a good match. Let's send her off to Selwyn. There we go. Very nice. There's unfortunately I want to pay for that. That's a shame. And there we go. We now have a match over with Selwyn. Now, we're going to try and form an alliance with him as well, because alliances are very powerful and they're very useful. And, ooh, Donnie's Bolling, so we can... yes, we don't really care about prestige, so we are a steward. We're going to go for, as everyone's concerned, we're going to try and get some money out of them. So 10 gold, that's very useful, good old 10 gold. Now what this is here is when an alliance comes through, I don't know if it's just my version or if it's both versions, the Mac and PC in general, but it will just come up with a blank message. Now the way to get around this is you save your game, and then you simply reload the save, and that will be gone, and you'll have your alliance. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that just to show off exactly how it works. You can even time it if you wish. You simply resign, quit to the main menu. You then load game and press continue, and it will just load up the exact same save as soon as you have the alliance. So that's one way to get around that. So it didn't send me that far out of my way, and now we have an alliance with House Tarth. So yes, that is very good. Very good indeed. I can also declare war on him already because I have a claim for his brother, but I don't really have any need for that. But yes, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to end the episode here. This has been a very slow introductory episode, but that's what it is when you're trying to create a story and introduce characters and what you're doing. It's going to take a bit of time. So it's like I said, this is going to be a bit of a role-play, slow-paced development of Stonedance series. Just like I did with the House of Roxton and House Florence. We'll eventually take over some stuff and grow our own strength, and maybe even come out as the kings of Macy's Hook once more. Yes, I'll see you then in the next episode. Leave a like and a subscription to keep up to date. And yes, as I say already, goodbye.